Okay, hello my people. My name is Sean, and in this tutorial session this morning, we are going to be introduced to what is a dashboard and what are the KPI, key performance indicators, and especially focus in the telecommunication industries. Yes. So what will be our agenda for this morning? We are going to see overview and build process of a dashboard, designing and packing, and then data visualization. So as a quick start, I would like to you to I would like to show you the impact of data visualization in nowadays industries. Just follow this 5 minute video to get introduced.
Visualization is right at the heart of my own work too. I teach global health. And I know having the data is not enough. I have to show it in ways people both enjoy and understand. Now, I'm going to try something I've never done before. Animating the data in real space, with a bit of technical assistance from the crew. So, here we go. First, an axis for health. Life expectancy. From 25 years to 75 years. And down here, an axis for wealth. Income per person. 400, 4,000, and $40,000. So down here is poor and sick. And up here is rich and healthy. Now, I'm going to show you the world 200 years ago in 1810. Here come all the countries. Europe brown, Asia red, Middle East green, Africa south of Sahara blue, and the Americas yellow. And the size of the country bubble showed the size of the population. And in 1810, it was pretty crowded down there, wasn't it? All countries were sick and poor. Life expectancy were below 40 in all countries. And only the UK and the Netherlands were slightly better off, but not much. And now, why start the world? The Industrial Revolution makes countries in Europe and elsewhere move away from the rest. But the colonized countries in Asia and Africa, they are stuck down there. And eventually, the Western countries get healthier and healthier. And now we slow down to show the impact of the First World War and the Spanish flu epidemic. What a catastrophe! And now I speed up through the 1920s and the 1930s. And in spite of the Great Depression, Western countries forge on towards greater wealth and health. Japan and some others try to follow, but most countries stay down here. Now, after the tragedies of the Second World War, we stop a bit to look at the world in 1948. 1948 was a great year. The war was over, Sweden topped the medal table at the Winter Olympics, and I was born. But the differences between the countries of the world was wider than ever. United States was in the front, Japan was catching up. Brazil was way behind, Iran was getting a little richer from oil, but still had short lives. And the Asian giants, China, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh and Indonesia, they were still poor and sick down here. But look what is about to happen. Here we go again. In my lifetime, former colonies gained independence, and then finally they started to get healthier and healthier and healthier. And in the 1970s, then countries in Asia and Latin America started to catch up with the Western countries. They became the emerging economies. Some in Africa follows. Some Africans were stuck in civil war and others hit by HIV. And now we can see the world today in the most up-to-date statistics. Most people today live in the middle, but there are huge differences at the same time between the best of countries and the worst of countries. And there are also huge inequalities within countries. These bubbles show country averages, but I can split them. Take China, I can split it into provinces. There goes Shanghai. It has the same wealth and health as Italy today. And there is the poor inland province Guizhou. It is like Pakistan. And if I split it further, the rural parts are like Ghana in Africa. And yet, despite the enormous disparities today, we have seen 200 years of remarkable progress. That huge historical gap between the West and the rest is now closing. We have become an entirely new converging world. And I see a clear trend into the future. With aid, trade, green technology and peace, it's fully possible that everyone can make it to the healthy, wealthy corner. Well, what you have seen in the last few minutes is a story of 200 countries shown over 200 years and beyond. It involved plotting of 120,000 numbers. Pretty neat, huh?
Yes, it was a 5 minute video just to show you the impact of data visualization nowadays in industries. So, moving to dashboard now. What is a dashboard? A dashboard is an information management tool that visually track, analyze, and display key performance indicators, metric, and key data point to monitor the health of a business, a department, or a specific process. So it actually customizable to meet the need of an organization or a process. It is also the most efficient way to track multiple data sources because it provides a central location for businesses to monitor and analyze the performance. So it's also real-time monitoring reduce no the fact that our dashboard is also real time may allow it to monitor and reduce the hours of analyzing and long line of communication that previously challenged the business. Yes, so now moving to the dashboard framework, you have the layer of the framework, which have a priority in this order I just make in the screen. So there is at a first level data storage. So after this you have the designing and the backend, then you have the data visualization engine, and then you have your interface design. Yes, so at level of dashboard building process, you have the requirement gathering. So you really need to know where you are going so that you can decide how to get there. So then you have to identify your audience. So you need to identify the audience, the user, the stakeholder, the business manager of the dashboard. Then you have to develop your metric. You have to define the key metric that will be the best suited for driving improvement. Then you have to determine the level of data. The next step is in your dashboard building process is effectively to determine the level of your data in the building process. Then you have to design the display. So this is here that your dashboard comes to a picture. So then you need to deliver your dashboard. So it's time you deliver the dashboard to the top audience. So now for each of these building process level, you will have some inputs. Yes, so for example, if I take the requirement gathering, so here you need to choose your platform, you need to choose the level of trim down, you need to choose the where filters have to be applied, you need to identify important KPI you are going to be analyzed, and so on and so forth. So then at the identify your audience level, you will need to identify clearly who is going to who are the people that you who are going to read your dashboard, who are going to explore your dashboard. You are going to deliver the dashboard, but to whom are you going to deliver this dashboard? It could be the chief technology officers, it could be the chief executive officers, it could just be the analyst, or just the business leaders like manager, for example. And now at the develop your metric steps, you will need to choose your subscriber KPI, your user KPI, your usage KPI, your revenue KPI, yes, your coverage and speed. So in the telecommunication industries, you will need to choose all those kind of input. Your market share, the marketing in the marketing side, you will need to choose some metric to follow up. you will need to choose metric about the quality of the service. Yes. So now about when I move to the level of determine the level of data, you will need to choose the customer data, the customer data you are going to use. You will need to choose the seat level data. You will need to choose the call record data, and so on and so forth. Moving to the designing and the displaying process, where are you going to place your components? Where are you going to place your filter, the panels? And now to deliver your dashboard, which platform are you going to use? Is it Power BI, or is it Tableau, or is it ClickView, is it Excel? So how to be delivered and the frequency of your delivery. Yes, so all those things has to be covered as input to your dashboard building process. So now, according to the group level dashboard, what could be, for example, the view. The view according to the group of person you are going to deliver your dashboard. So you could simply have executive view, for example. Yes, so executive view will be like a general view where you are going to deliver about general KPI. I can, for example, say net churn trend, a quality of experience dashboard, aggregated program profitability, campaign effectiveness. So this is an executive view of your dashboard. But an operational view, you could just see the campaign measurement, the segment wise churn trend. But when you go down and you come to the analyst view, then you have to put some more information, some more details, like how to compute the campaign management, how to measure the response of the campaign, how to you have to put information about the daily and weekly customer net add, the churn propensity model, the segmentation, and so on and so forth. So now moving to the next step, which is about how do we design the backend of our dashboard. Yes, so this is where the dashboard truly begin to be truly begin to come to life. Yes, so this is this part focus on how the telecom data will be displayed, what will be displayed also is shown dead. So how what are the KPI of telecom usage? So all those things have to be displayed here. So it answers the question of how to generate the telecom data in the backend. Yes, and because you have a lot of sources, so you have to be careful when you are choosing your data. So which type of data you are going to use, this part will answer this question. So it also provides answer to the question of what function should be performed at each click. Yes, if there is a drill down, for example, what is the level of the drill down, and so on and so forth. So moving now to the architecture of your dashboard, then you have this architecture. You have your presentation layer, where you have the executive view. You have your executive view, and you have everything. You have some analysis. You could also have ad hoc analysis. Yes, and now from your initial data, yes, you will get some engine. So the initial data and the analytic engines will be communicating all the time, because the data will be sent to the analytic engines. There will be computing some more metric, and then those metrics are going to be used to now make your report, and report an executive view, an operational view, and an analysis view. So now all those engines are just listed here. So in a business, what is very important is about the segmentation and profitability, for example, about the channel optimization, about the tariff optimization from pricing, about the CVM, customer value management engine, about the product recommendation, about the network. Yes, so this is basically what your dashboard architecture should look like. Yes, and now come up with some KPI with respect to the revenue, the usage, subscriber, which can be useful to represent your dashboard in telecom industries. So here are some example. Yes. So your initial data at backend to be used for dashboard are described as follow. So here, if you are interested by using some customer, so subscriber KPIs, you could, for example, plot or display the total subs, the total number of customers, the customer segmentation, like split by prepaid or postpaid, the churn per month, the subscriber per employee, and so on and so forth. So now moving to the usage KPI, you could just use in telecom industry the minute of use. That one we call it MOU. The minute per site, the number of call, the number of call per subscriber, and so on and so forth. International roaming minute, and so on. So moving to the revenue KPI now, you have the average revenue per user, you have the average revenue per minute, you have the average revenue per call, average revenue per sales site, and so on and so forth. Now about the coverage and the spread. Now you have the town coverage, you have the population coverage, you have the area coverage, you have the globalization, which means the number of country operating entity. So now you have all those things, and additional you have the market share information. So here you should, for example, display the subscriber share, the revenue market share, the minute market share. So the how, what do you want, everything you want, you can add it. Yes, data market share, SMS market share, everything you want. You could mobile financial service market share, so everything you want. So now moving to the next step, I will just continue listing the KPI you can be using at each level. So at for the operational efficiency, for example, yes, of your business, of the network, we can, for example, display the average margin per user, the employee cost, the number of BTS sites, the number of MRC sites, and so on and so forth. So at the marketing level, yes, we should have information about the subscriber acquisition cost, now the dealer commission, the terminal, and so on, and so the sales, the marketing, the distribution, how much all those things cost to the business to support. So actually moving to the quality of the service we are offering, then we should have information about the service performance, the network congestion, the accessibility, the connection maintenance, and so on and so forth. Now the telecom a tower, there you should have information about the tenancy ratio, the average rental per tenant per month, and so on and so forth. Now incremental performance, you have also all those things here, like for example the share of net add subs, and the share of incremental revenue, and so on and so forth. So now I may be I may use I may be having used some technical terms when I was talking about the KPI. Now I will just let you see some definition, like those of MOU, which means the minute of usage. Yes, here we have the average communication time per 1 month, yes, per one subscriber. So you have the ARPU, which means the average revenue per unit. Yes, so you have also the definition here. You have the RPM. Yes, here you have also the definition, and you have everything. So all those things are just technical terms you guys will know when you want to work, for example, as a data scientist in the mobile telecommunication, yes, so company. So now moving to the analytical analytic engine data for the dashboard. So I just want to remember you to remember that here in the dashboard architecture, we just I just tell you that I just told you that we have the presentation layer, but behind the presentation layer at the back end, we have the initial data. The initial data now will be used to by the analytics engines. to compute, for example, a profitability engine, to compute a profitability score, to compute a churn scoring, to make a product recommendation using recommendation scoring, and so on and so network optimization, price optimization, and so on and so forth. So all those engine will be giving us some output. Here, for example, scoring, you will have scoring results, you have optimizing and ranking, you will have the forecasting, you will have the scoring result from this one also. So all those things, all those analytics engine will be giving us some output. They are taking some input from the initial data, but they are also providing some output. So now we are going to talk in with some more details about the output those analytics engine should provide now. So when we take, for example, the segmentation and profitability engine, then here we will have information about the customer value segmentation on monthly basis, other customer segment, segment moving across time, segment profitability score. And now if I move to the channel optimization engine, then we'll have information about the sales performance for different channel, sales versus inventory, store sale data, store attribute, and so on and so forth. So if I move, for example, to the tariff optimization engine, then you will have those kind of information: recommended tariff for a subscriber, yes, based on the habits of this subscriber, and based on the usage data of this subscriber, we are going now to recommend tariff for this subscriber based on our tariff optimization engine. So the product recommendation engine will also use now the habit of the subscriber to see if the subscriber is in position of cross sell or upsell. Yes, so cross sell data at subscriber level should be provided, upsell data at subscriber level, churn score, customer lifetime value data, and offer recommendation. So you have so much thing. And now moving to the network optimization, you will just have to display information about the network, the customer experience data network, so information about the quality of experience, quality of service, wireless reliability data per region, access point node, and towers. So everything related to those kind of network information should be displayed here. So now about so those one are like the metric, right? Yes, the metric you will actually use in your dashboard. Yes, so if you are using, for example, a scoring metric, yeah, this is a numerical variable, but you should be able to filter those kind of variable per a categorical level. Yes, so for example, if you are using, for example, the drill down option for your dashboard, yes, so it could be important. Adding filter in the dashboard can help users specify which data is shown in the view. So this will help the business to understand various KPI at the most granular level of effective decision making. So for example, we could be also for example, using the level of customer demographic. Yes, we have the gender, we have the tenure, yes, we have the region, we have the grid. So we can also, for example, make some small groups about the data usage: the one who are using less than 1 gigabit, the one who are using between 1 gigabit and 2, and so on and so forth. So now you can also see the views and the information, or the KPI, the metric per customer segment. Yes, so we have the revenue segment, we have the other segment based on the usage. Yes, we have the revenue versus prepaid versus postpaid customers, and we have everything about. So these are the idea of an idea about the drill down option you could have when you are working in telecommunication industries. Yes, so you have the metric, and you have the categorical, the drill down option for filtering your data. Yes, so now moving to the next session. The next session is related to the data visualization part. So once you have done all those kind of things, you now come to the data visualization part itself. So here, what is a data visualization? Data visualization is a general term that describes any effort to help people understand the significance of data, yes, of data, by placing it in a visual context. So here, patterns, trend, and correlation that might go undetected in text-based data can be exposed and recognized easier with data visualization. Yes, data visualization allow the user to select the best way of presenting the data. Yes, so moving now to the improvement in telecommunication with data visualization. Yes, we have improvement in the side of customer retention, where the customer service quality is driving force behind customer satisfaction. So visualize how customer satisfaction be improved, as well as which service area are filtering and why. Yes, so this help of to do that. So at the side, in the side of network operation, we could just monitor wireless network usage, allowing operator to plan hardware upgrade, meet SLAs, and minimize dropped call. So we can also manage the performance analysis of the radio network, the core network, and the business layer can also be prevented using this kind of data visualization. Yes, so there you have you have a lot of things. You have also the buyer behavior, the target customer profile. Yes, so roughly the envision your market need. Yes, so now what are the optimal location of your new store? Yeah, to cover many as possible customers at the same time, to satisfy them at the same time. What are your optimal location? So what are the product, what product should be stocked at each location? So studying now the profile of your customer, you should now know that yes, those kind of customer, yes, they prefer to use the data from this time to this time, and this day and this day in the week they just prefer to buy the voice packet. Now in the weekend, maybe they prefer to use SMS, or maybe they prefer the voice, or maybe they prefer this or this. So you should know which kind of product you are going to make available in which store at which time. Yes, so now moving to data visualization as a solution in telecommunication industries, we can just say that with data visualization, the business executives in a telecommunication company can compare the performance between all operators for a key indicator, for example, such as the accessibility or percentage of dropped call, or a single screen. That, so you have all those kind of things. So data visualization also can support us to in identifying network shortcoming. Yes, and making fast improvements. So it also allow us to calculate the statistical correlation between various KPIs for more effective over analysis. So data visualization has allow us to identify also the profitable area that we can strengthen in terms of infrastructure and service to be marketed. Yes, so those are the solution of data visualization in the telecommunication industries. So now these are some screenshots about the data visualization, about your dashboard. So when you finalize your dashboard, it should look like this. If for example, here is a screenshot of the voice usage. Yes, using the bar plot, you have them, and you have also the KPI here. Yes, you have the market share, you have the share, no, not the market share, but the share between the on net, the off net, the incoming, the outgoing call, and everything related. So here you have pie chart representing now the revenue usage per revenue distribution per cluster. Yes, and you also have the KPI here. So this is a screenshot of revenue, and this is a trend. How do we plot how we plot trend data? Yes, so you have revenue distributed per month. You have month 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and you have the distribution of the revenue. And in the other side, you have some KPI. Yes, And now here is also the a revenue distribution, the trend, a revenue trend distribution. So you have the SMS revenue, you have the VAS revenue, yes, and you have everything. So you have here the refill behavior, and yes. So moving forward, you have the voice user, you have everything. So those are kind of plots visualization you could be doing with a dashboard. So your dashboard should really look like something like that, so that all the user could just get access and clearly make insight, take decision and action. Yes. So now all those things we are going to do that with Power BI, because there are a lot of platform for data visualization, but it will depend on your company. Yes, some company will just say yes, we want to use Tableau. Some other will focus on ClickView, and some other will focus on Power BI. So it really depends on your company. But here we are going to give you an overview of Power BI. So for data visualization, because once you know how to manage things, it become like the same. So I was using, for example, Power BI before, but then when I started using a Tableau, I just compare both, and I saw it's like the same. Once you know how to use one, you will know exactly how to use the other one. So that's why we are going to focus on this one, to show you the features, what are the possibilities, and so on and so forth. So Power BI is actually a data visualization and business intelligence tool that convert data from different data sources to interactive dashboard and BI reports. Yes. So although there are several tools available to help user efficiently and easily create pivot table and cross tabulations, Power BI allow a user to take it one step further, so that the user could just visualize the cross tabulations in real time. So with Power BI, a user can drill down database tables visually. Yeah. So Power BI software is also based on the idea that the data analysis and subsequent report should not be isolated activities, but should be integrated into a single visual analysis process. So that's why Power BI combine data exploration and data visualization in an to use application that anyone can learn quickly. Yes. So what can we actually say about the features we actually have with Power BI? So you guys should just know that there is hybrid deployment support, which helps the business intelligence tool to connect to different sources of data and allow automatic application of analytic to information by creating data subset for the quick insight features. So now there is the quick insight feature, which helps you to generate automatic insights from your data set. So Power BI uses various algorithms to search and train to search for automatic trend in your data set. Yes, so within second your insights are just ready. Yes, so now there is the visual discovery, where you can customize a visual solution that will meet your reporting requirements. Now there is customization, and there is also API integration, which allow you to directly collect data from web sources, for example. Yes. So what can we say about the Power BI architecture? So in simple word, Power BI architecture is a service built on top of Azure. So there are multiple data sources that Power BI can connect to. So Power BI Desktop now allow to create reports and data visualization on the data set. Yes. So Power BI Gateway is connected to on-premise data sources to get continuous data and reporting and analytics. Yes. So now Power BI service refers to the cloud services that are used to publish the Power BI report to and yes, and the data visualization. Now using Power BI mobile apps, you can actually stay connected to the data from anywhere. Yes. So Power BI apps are all available on Windows, iOS, and Android platform. Yes. So now, what we are going to do here is not to build a dashboard in entire, but I have already designed. I already design and make ready a dashboard for you guys. So you are just going to explore this dashboard and answer some question I will ask in the challenge. Yes. So here now, you are not going probably to use the desktop version. Why? Because it's heavy to download, and all of you are, I'm not sure all are running on the Windows. So I think what we will do is just to use this link. Yes, to connect to the web version, the online version, the cloud version of Power BI. So from here now we are going to use it. We are going to read the reports I have, and then explore and answer question. Yes. So if you just have to copy the link, yes, and move in your browser. So here I already opened the online version, but I can also do it here. Let me just open like that one. Let me see. Okay, it's coming. It's coming. Yes. So once you open the online version, I think you will have something like that. You will have something like this, and now you will just have to click on the get data. Yes. So from there now you will say get data from files. Yes. And from a local file. And now you will just provide the file. You will just select the file in your computer. So this is available in the Friday folder. Yes, so you can actually download and just at this time click on that and open. Yes, so it say that the data already exists here because I just upload them just before this tutorial, but I can just replace. So it's replacing my data. So it says my file has been uploaded. Yes, so once the file has been uploaded, so you have the data set part here, you have the vendor here, you have the report here, you have the dashboard here. If I click on the dashboard, you will actually have it like that. And now you click on that one. You could double click if one click don't work. Now it will just open your dashboard. Okay, so it's opening everything. Yes, and okay, so you have some visualization. Yes, you have them. So now in order to edit, so this is what you are going to explore. I will show you the task of today. Yes, so this is the Power BI dashboard task. So you are just going to explore the dashboard KPI visualization challenge and answer the following question. So what is the total number of subscribers in the data set? What is the total revenue? So it's very easy. You just have to come back to your dashboard here and look at, so number of subscriber, you just have the number here. But be careful, because I say the total number of subscriber. If you actually move to the filter here, you will see that we have some filtering on the gender, which here is filtered on the male, and on the state of origin also, and on the tariff type also. So you will have to remove all those filtering actually. So this will be your work. You will have to explore things and see how to remove all those filtering. So for example, I will make an example. I will do an example here, and you will see. So I want to remove, so actually we have 5.23k subscriber, because we have filtered on some tariff type, on some gender, and so now I'm going to remove those kind of those filtering on and select all. I will select all in order to see now the number of subscribers. So here you have the drill down field, the filtering panel. So you have to click on that. So once you click on that, but nothing appear because we are not in edit mode. So I will just click here to edit the report. Yes, I will click here to edit the report. So once you do that, and you click on the tariff type panel here, the tariff type window here, you will see now the input tariff type window, tariff type, different tariff type, and you can also see the formatting things here. So actually what I say, just we don't have the select all option. So if I try to select the MTN iPoles, yes, it will update. But what if we want to select, for example, all the level at the same time? Yes, so here you see the number of subscribers just move, but we need to select all those level in order to get the total number of subscribers. So this will be the kind of job you guys will do today. So if I click on that, I will just move to the formatting things here, and I will scroll down. Yes, okay, here you will have the selection comment. So on the selection comment, you will click on that. Once you click on the selection comment, you will see here that you have the, so display the session, select all, I think. Yes, let me see. Okay, so it is okay, display the session, the option select all. So I will, it's actually disabled, that's why we cannot select all here, we cannot get the level select all. But if I, okay, so I turn it on, and actually we have the select all. Yes, so once you have the select all here, let me see. Yes, so once you have the select all here, you will have to click on that, and it's going to select all the option, so that you will actually have the total number of subscribers. But this is not the it's not all. We are also going to do the same thing for gender. Let me see. If I select gender, you will have to come here, and in the selection, in the, yes, you have to come into the formatting things, and now in the selection comment, you will go down and you will see now display the option select all. You will turn it on, and it's okay. Then you have the select all here for the gender also. Yes, and you can actually do the same for the state of origin and so on. And so once you do that, so if you select all for the gender, and I'm going to do on the sample so that you can see. If you cannot see those things, you can just move them like that. You just have to move them below like that. Yes. And so this is the smartphone flag. Let me move it again. Yes, so that you can move the gender now, and the smartphone flag also, you can move them. So now if I click on this one, I just have to, so you see the state of origin here. So you move to the format window, and you will see the selection coming. You click on that, and coming here, you will just activate. You will just turn on the select all option. So here now you can select all. Now once you do that, you will see that in this side, in the number of customer window, you will actually get no selection, no filter. So if I just point the filtering option here, you can see that all the filtering are just removed, because we select all everywhere. So all the filtering are just removed, and now you can actually get the total subscriber count here, 700 half k. Yes, so this is what you are going to report here now about the answer. So what is the total number of subscribers in the data set? Yes, and you will do the same thing for the total revenue. So the total revenue is just here. Yes, so now you are going to explore the data set exactly like I show you, and you will answer those questions. So there are three sessions. Session 1 about the voice usage, session 2 about the data usage, and so session 3 about the general usage, customer lifetime value, and so profitability, profit. So you are going to answer all those questions. Yes, so now this is actually your dashboard. You have it in the today folder. You can actually download and then load it from the online version. I think with the online version you don't have to see in, because here, yes, here is my profile and it didn't see in. So I'm seeing in. Okay, so actually I don't think you need to see in, but let me see. Okay, I can see. Okay, okay, I think instead of doing this now, so I will find a way to show you, yes, in the tutorial part. So instead of doing this now, you can also install your virtual Windows machine. Yes, you can install the virtual Windows machine, and I will share with you a link to do that. So once you install the Windows virtual machine, then you will be able to download the Power BI desktop from the Windows Store. And to download that, you just need to create a Microsoft account. So you will also have the link to create the Microsoft account. Yes, you have the link to create the Microsoft account, and when you will be about downloading the Power BI desktop from the Windows Store, they will just ask you your Microsoft account. So you will just have to to fill the information about your Microsoft account, and you will actually download the Power BI desktop. So once you finish downloading the Power BI desktop within your Microsoft account, then so the Microsoft account is just free. Yes, so you can just create that. I will give you the link. And now once you finish doing that, you will just open your reports. Yes, so from here now I have Power BI in my Windows. So if I click on Power BI, you can see here I have Power BI desktop. So now what I will just do is to, once you have the Power BI desktop, if you try to open the Power BI desktop, then it will ask you to enter your organization account or information. Yes, so you don't have to do that. What you have to do is, once you install, you finish the installation, the download process, actually you will go in the store. Yes, you, once you install your virtual machine, for those who are using Linux, yes, you install your virtual machine, then you will go in, you will move in the store and Microsoft Store, and here now you can actually write Power BI. So when you write Power BI, let me see, Power BI desktop, this one, the desktop app, yes, not this one. So you will actually select the Power BI desktop, and you will have to install. Me, I have already installed that's why it's just asking me to launch. Yes, so once you will install, you will have this button here. Once the installation process is finished, you will have the launch button here, but you don't need to launch it. Because if you do that, it will ask you about your credential. Yes, your account, at least you should be having an organization account. But today I don't want you to make a report. I just want you to explore a report which is already made, and answer some questions. So we are not going to launch it. Once the installation is finished, you will just have to close this, and you come now to your report, which I provide you to into the Friday folder, and you will double click on this report, and this will now automatically open. Yes, so you will use now the Power BI desktop application you just downloaded to open the report without seeing in. So here at this stage you don't need to see in. It's opening, so I'm waiting for him. I'm waiting for it to finish. Yes, so then it will just open like exactly like this. So it's like the same, you have the same interface, some differences because here you have something here. And so once I click here on the edit reports, if I click on the edit report, I will have all the data visualization and the data plus my data here. Yes, so it's the same thing here. It's just opening the report, and you can see here that I'm not seeing in. I will wait it for, okay, once it will be loading, we can see here. So now you have your report here, but here I'm not seeing in. So if I click on that, it will ask me to see in, but I don't need to see in for now. So I will just I will just close this window, and without seeing in, you will now explore your reports. Here you can do the filtering things I show you. So you click on the windows, you go in the formatting thing, and in the selection control you will actually turn on the select all option, and you have it here. Then you can filter on all the levels so that the number of subscriber will be adjusted to the right number. Yes, and you will do the same thing for all of them. And when you want to report to take the final result, just check in the filters here, in the filter side here, if you have any filtering. So here, for example, we have the gender. and we have the data filtering on a gender and on a state. So we just have to do the same thing, add the select all option. You will add the select all option, and so this is okay. It's because we have a lot of data behind. So here is where you can actually find your data. Let me show you something. Yes, so you have a data mat here. You have a data mat here about the, yes, it's an aggregated data about all the customers and the behavior on the telecommunication KPI I just talked about in the presentation. So you have everything about the voice usage, the data usage, the SMS usage. So you have the off net call, the on net call, and this is the kind of question I asked in the task. So what is the share of the on net call, for example, or the off net, the on net in weekend versus the weekday, and so on and so forth. So now the second type of data, you have the train data also, which is an aggregation of all the KPI over 6 months, I think from Monday to June, and you have them here, so that you can see here some trends, yes, by month. So those one comes from the trend data. If I click on that, you will actually see that they come from the trend data. So if you click on this one, you will see now all the trend data, and you will see that it's just come from the month. Yes, it's come from the month, where if I click here, you will see that the one of the axis is just the month here, and now the value is the total voice second trend. So the value is just here. So they are very easy to make, because you have just to drill down the field you just request in each place, and your report will be ready. The rest, the other things are just formatting things, so you can do them here. Yes. So now just explore these reports exactly like that. Download your virtual machine and install the Windows 10, and actually try to download the Power BI desktop exactly like I show. Once you finish the download, you just have to go on the report and double click to open it. You don't try to open the Power BI itself, just double click on the report, and then you will have it open in your Power BI without seeing in. It's very important, because at this stage you cannot see in, because you don't have an organization account, so you don't see in. Yes. So that's, I think, is all for today tutorial. Yes. So this one I don't know if it will work, because I saw myself seeing in, because so I don't know if you try the online version and it's okay, that's perfect. Yes, then you will not need to download it anymore. But if it's not working, then you will need to download and install a virtual machine and then proceed. So this is all for this morning tutorial. Very nice to talk to you, and let's talk another time.